This is a First Defense weather alert.
And a good evening to you. I'm Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, live in the First Defense Weather Center, and we have a severe weather event ongoing right now as of this hour. We also have Justin Gould, who is in the Weather Center, who is manning the radar in the Weather Center. So what we want to do first is we want to take you through the warnings that we have right now. So right now, all these orange polygons are severe thunderstorm warnings. We have a lot of them in effect. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them currently in effect. And Justin, if you can pop the severe thunderstorm watch on here, we'll show that there actually is a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for all of Western New York. There you see it right here. It's all these counties shaded in pink. This goes until 11 o'clock tonight. So between now and 11 o'clock, you can expect possibly some severe thunderstorms. So everybody in Western New York, which includes Jamestown, Buffalo, Rochester, Olean, basically everywhere in Western New York, we're under that severe thunderstorm watch until until 11 o'clock tonight. Now, this line of severe storms has popped out ahead of the line, the cold front. It's actually came in here a little bit earlier than we had expected. It's a little bit ahead of schedule. So first of all, we're going to take you through the warnings that we have. So first of all, we'll start with our warning for the southern part of our county, Chautauqua County, and you can see Jamestown is involved in this. Basically is the southern branch of the county going out into Cattaraugus County, which does include the city of Salamanca, which is back behind me. This goes until 6 o'clock, and this is for the potential for winds of around 60 miles per hour. There is another severe thunderstorm warning for the northern part of the county. It's kind of odd why they kind of issue two warnings, but that's just the way it is. They have issued a second warning for the central and then northern part of the county. So basically, if you're in the county, you're under a severe thunderstorm warning. That's the way it is. They have it under two warnings. So basically, everybody in the county is under a severe thunderstorm warning, pretty much. And actually, did that first one go away, or is it still there?
No, both of the warnings are still there for Chautauqua County. They're just really close
all right,
together.
I see it. Yeah, it's just, it kind of like overlays a little bit on the polygon boundary. But so again, this includes the remainder of the county. Again, also goes out into Cat County. There's another, and actually here comes a new live sweep now of the radar. And there's also another severe thunderstorm warning up here that includes the Buffalo Metro that goes out into, that goes out
tonight.
into Batavia.
Yeah, and it continues until 6.
Excuse me. And that also goes until 6 o'clock. And then there's another severe thunderstorm warning that is issued by the Weather Service and State College for Warren, Pennsylvania. And this is way in advance of the line. You can see the storms aren't even in Warren yet. They're way out here by Edinboro. It's this southern section of the line that's going to be moving through. So State College, being proactive, has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Warren County, PA, in advance of the southern line that is going to be coming on through. What I want to do very quickly is I want to take a look at a product very quickly. First of all, let me just share this on Facebook, since I have not done that yet, because it's a very busy weather day. And Jay, would you like to chime in?
I just want to say hello to
Yes.
Kim. Thanks for sending us some love here. Janice, Michelle, David, Cindy, Robert, Victoria, thanks for tuning in with us here. Of course, if anybody has any weather information that they want us to know, you can send us a message here on Facebook. Through the messaging is the best way to get it to us, and then we can share it with you. Or you can Twitter it to us, Instagram to us, even email us if that's an option. It would be really cool if they could text us, but I don't know. Dakota, you want to share your number out there live for all the peeps?
I would rather not.
But,
actually, what we have just got in here is some viewer images. If we can take Internet 1 control room. This is the MacBook Pro, and this is coming from Kyle Helis. And this is, it looks like it's the sunset going over the Washington Street Bridge. The clouds starting to stream in as that line of storms are starting to move on in. And he sent us a couple other pictures, and there you see right here. So again, this is one of the, this is great that we have the ability to show images in real time. And again, if you have any videos or images you would like to send to us, please send it our way, and we can get them on the air. And so again, these are just beautiful images that we're seeing here. And this is the SkyVision camera at at the lake here. You can see the clouds are starting to really stream in there, and the storms are knocking on the back door of Chautauqua Lake. What I want to do is go to the other input source, which is the high resolution radar. And yep, here it is right here. So again, this is just a higher resolution look of the storms off of radar that I have coming off over here. And what I want to do is take a look at a product that is called Velocity, and this measures the wind pattern going on in the storm. Now, when you get into these purples, that is what's called range folding. Essentially, the radar doesn't know if the water droplets are moving towards the radar or away from the radar. So it's a range folding issue. So the radar just doesn't know what's going on there. But earlier on, there was a little rotational signature near Brockton and Cassadaga. It's now up in here, but it looked like it may have weakened off a little bit. There was a little spot of concern right there, but it looked like it had since weakened off. And we'll put the base reflectivity back on, and you can see it's looking a little interesting. Again, you can see it's starting to really bow out right here. And again, you know, we had told you about this at noon, how if these storms could bow out, then that would definitely produce some damaging straight line winds. We'll go to Lynx 1, which is our main graphic system, and we'll show the convective outlook for today. Now, the Storm Prediction Center maintains this enhanced risk. This is a 3 out of 5, and you know, we usually don't see these around here, but the SPC feels very confident about this event. So this essentially is a risk that is mainly for damaging wind. That is mainly the risk today. It is mainly damaging winds. If, you know, as the storms start to bow out, there is a small, I want to stress small, chance that a spin-up tornado might be possible within this line, but it's a relatively small risk, but it is there. And this is the first defense graphic, and again, you can see here, this actually started earlier than we had expected. And it actually started earlier than we had expected here, so about 8 o'clock tonight is pretty much the time frame, but that severe thunderstorm watch actually does go until about 11 o'clock tonight.
Right.
And Jay, I will let you take it just for a second.
Yeah, absolutely. So if we look here at the radar, Dakota, and
Yes.
I'm actually going to see if our control room can just switch here to the Chautauqua Lake cam. You start to see some of the heavier showers and clouds begin to move through, and that's because you see this line now back on radar of storms beginning to move its way across the you know, in the Mayville area right now. You see we have the storm track up here. It looks like Sinclairville 6:03. It's expected to hit you at Cherry Creek 6:15, and then all the way into Cattaraugus County in the area of Cattaraugus at 6:33. So you see a certain definite line of storms, and that's where the storm track is at this point. Obviously, you know, heavy rain coming down in the Sherman area, certainly seeing a lot of winds. If anyone out there, again, has those viewer photos, you go ahead and send it our way as well. Matthew chiming in here, he's saying thunder in Jamestown area. Catherine, great coverage. Thank you so much for that. Kim is saying... I'm sorry, what was that?
The HD News Now cam, do we have that?
Yeah, we do.
We take a look at that? And again, I think the storms are still, yeah, you can see we're still out in sunshine. There, the storms are still just a little bit out to our west. And again, we are looking live at the HD News Now cam that is perched right outside of our office here in downtown building, in downtown Jamestown, in the lovely Spain building. That's where our studios are located. And this is a live look outside. You can see that flag just flying out there. That is a good indication of how strong the winds are. Now, let's go ahead and I'm not sure if you had anything else.
Yeah, I was just
go ahead.
Heather
I didn't
saying,
mean to cut you off there. I'm
yeah,
sorry,
no. Heather and Kim saying that it looks like in Sinclairville and DeWittville right now, a lot of people lost power.
Okay.
So certainly, you know, very obviously, winds is one of the heaviest threats to this storm, in addition to the rain.
And so there is a bow on that line of storms you can see behind me. right here. And again, Jay has the storm tracks up, and along with the estimated time. So again, we don't recommend that you wait until the last minute to do something. Like, for example, if you live in Little Valley, do not wait until 6:36 to do something. These are just estimated times based on the radar data, so don't always take those to the bank. But again, there is a distinctive bow that is showing up on this line of storm, so definitely some strong straight line winds definitely could be possible here as this line of storms are moving on through. So again, both of the severe thunderstorm warnings for the county will continue until 6 o'clock, and really the whole line really has a bow-shaped structure to it. Really, from all the way up here near Batavia, all the way down, the line has a bow segment to it, and that is very concerning when you start seeing that. Definitely, some damaging straight-line winds are more than likely occurring within this. And again, these are just the skits that Jay is throwing up. I almost forgot your name there for a second.
Yeah. Boy, Dakota, it seems like you got really distracted when the pizza man arrived.
Yes.
He had to step away because he had to pay the pizza man. That's how it works.
I actually got scared for a minute because I actually thought somebody was trying to break into our studio.
Yeah.
And then I'd actually had forgotten that we had ordered pizza, so yeah.
Oh, Dakota.
Scaring the weatherman.
Obviously.
Always funny.
So again, if we can, there's actually another track, it looks like, and this is for parts of Erie County, Pennsylvania. You
Yes.
see there as well, that's coming up. Heading into Warren County, obviously.
And we should mention, too, that the hail probability is only about 30%. Hail size, probably less than a half inch. And really, I kind of think, looking at the newest data, I really think that hail is not going to be the big issue here. It's mainly going to be wind. You can see here, hail size less than a half an inch. And good news, there was no rotation being detected here. And actually, the one thing that our radar has, which of course is First Defense Doppler, our radar has the ability to actually estimate the different kind of things that are going on in the storm. This is exclusive to us here, and it can actually tell you if we have any rotation being detected in the storm, and it can tell us if we have any threat of a tornado. This is all exclusive data that we have here with our radar system, and that's why we have the best data in the southern tier, because we have the best radar system that I think money can buy, really. But anyway, getting away from the technology, because Jay and I are both techies, so
of course,
we get very excited about stuff like this.
Wanted to check in now with the Chautauqua Lake cam. As you see, things are starting to get a little dark. We obviously, did you catch that?
Ooh,
was that lightning?
I was not paying attention.
Okay, I thought that was lightning, but I was kind of half. If that was lightning, let us know, because I was kind of half looking at the monitor.
The way the way that the sky is kind of lit up in that image, it could have been a flash of lightning. It could very well have been.
You still look, going back to downtown, this is our live look outside of our newsroom window here, and you see it looks like at this point we still see some clouds coming in, but no rain yet. Obviously, let's take a trip to Warren. We have a number of viewers in Warren. Lots of sun there. No rain yet at that point.
The storms have not gotten to Warren just yet, just to let you know.
And then if we take a ride all the way over into Cattaraugus County, which we will be watching as this storm system moves through, of course, still sunny skies there in Salamanca as well. Of course, we will continue to keep monitoring all of those shots for you as well as the night goes on. Saying hello to Kim here. She said it just started raining here. If you could let us know, Kim, where you're at, that'd be awesome, because we can keep track of that. Matthew is chiming in. He says, stay safe. Absolutely, Matthew. Safety is our primary focus, of course, and obviously still monitoring the situation. Oh, at Sinclairville, Kim. I'm sorry. You're in Sinclairville. That's right. As she did lose power there in Sinclairville and in DeWittville. So obviously the storm is creeping over Chautauqua Lake at this moment. And if we switch over here, Dakota, we can get a better look at some of the other storm tracks. Trying to just switch and see if I can't switch over to the other track. I'm not sure if the program is not. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So again, we still have those timings here, 6:12. The majority of this bow here will be headed towards Cherry Creek and towards Cattaraugus. And certainly that's a very defined storm. Certainly lots of wind in that, Dakota.
Yeah, and actually we should mention too that, you know, when you get into these reds and purples in here, that actually indicates the heavier amounts of rainfall. You can see the color table up here on the banner. So when you get into the darker reds, that definitely indicates the heavier amounts of rainfall. And again, the whole line, and actually this is concerning. Let's zoom into this little spot right here, because that's a little bit concerning. That could be a inflow notch, and it's right over Sinclairville. And I would not be a bit surprised if this is the beginning stage of a inflow notch where the winds are flowing back into the storm. What I want to do is I want to check the velocity data coming off the high-res radar and see what that looks like, because that's looking a little concerning. Well, you know, just by looking at the radar data, there's really nothing showing up there, but you can see this little inflow, this little notch. That's a little bit concerning that there could be something trying to develop here. And it looks like they have just issued a new severe thunderstorm warning. So let's go back to Lynx 2, which will be the live radar, and we will take a look at that warning. It looks like they've just issued a new severe thunderstorm warning. I just seen it pop up on the radar here. And it looks like this is going to be, I think, some sort of like an extension of the warning. And yeah, you can see it right here. This is the new severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for Erie, Genesee, Orleans until 6:15. So this essentially is taking this warning that was in effect and extending it out. So again, this goes until 6:15 for this line of thunderstorms. And you can see the storm motion on this, 61 miles an hour. And we had talked about this today, about how this whole line is going to have a rapid clip to it. And the faster the faster the line of storms are moving, definitely the higher the potential for some strong winds. So this is a new severe thunderstorm warning that essentially takes this and moves it out into more of the Buffalo metro area going out there. So we have the two severe thunderstorm warnings still in effect. They will expire for now until, actually no, I take that back. They've issued a new severe thunderstorm warning, which is this segment right here until 7 o'clock. I didn't see that on the chat. It actually scrolled off my screen. I didn't see it. But it is this right here. So they have actually extended this warning now until 7 o'clock. And so what I'm going to do here is it is essentially for this line of storms here. So again, as these storms are still producing what is in essence probably wind damage here, they've extended this warning on out. And again, I am monitoring my social media feeds as well. So if you have anything you'd like to send to us, pictures, videos, anything, you can tweet it to us at HuntersWX or on Facebook at HuntersWX, or of course right here on our Facebook page. And we have our crack staff of social media experts monitoring our social media feeds. So if anything pops up, we can show you that right now. What happens to me up on the key wall.
That's strange. Yeah, it does look like you went away. Hang on one second, Dakota.
There I am. All right. Not entirely sure what happened there, but that's just the marvels of technology. Sometimes things just happen. But we are back, and thank you for tuning in with us. And it's coming up on 6 o'clock, so what I want to do is do a quick reset. You are watching News Now, special weather coverage. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter in the First Defense Weather Center with Jay Gould, who is in there monitoring the radar and keeping a track of everything. There he is.
Hello.
How are you this evening, Jay?
Good, good.
Besides
Just
all this.
checking back in with everybody, saying hello to Jay. To TR, he says, not to mention the monsoon rain coming down. TR,
yes.
Let us know where you're at, and we can definitely take a deeper look into that. Obviously, you know, there's quite a quite a heavy rain coming down right now. South Dayton, Sinclairville, almost to Jamestown, and as the storm really reaps across, portions of Panama right now, coming across Chautauqua and northern Cattaraugus counties, and certainly. A lot of people seeing this tonight as they maybe are driving home, or a lot of high school football that had to be postponed, done early, or even trying to
Do we know
reschedule the
if
games
the
as well.
JHS game was canceled today?
I'm not sure. I know Randolph's game was pushed off until Saturday.
Okay.
So certainly keeping our eyes on that. And of course, you have anything. June says, "Hey guys, keep up the good work." Thank you, June. We really appreciate that. Of course, if you guys have any weather photos or anything, send us our way here. Message the page, and we will share it off. Or they can even tweet Dakota at Hunters WX. That is probably the easiest way to get to you, Dakota. Skies are just starting to get dark here in downtown Jamestown as we look live here at the HD News Now cam, and obviously you see. Lots of dark skies. It is pouring over Chautauqua Lake here. This is looking over Burtis Bay, pointed towards Celeron. So you see lots of rain coming down there as well.
Yep, and the rain is definitely starting to come down. And, I don't expect any flash flooding issues from this. But again, when you have heavy rain, there definitely is the potential that there could be some localized flooding because of that. So what we have right now is that the two original severe thunderstorm warnings, which was the reason that brought us here in the first place, have since been canceled. However, they have extended the warning out until 7 o'clock for the eastern end for this next line of showers and thunderstorms that are moving on through. If we can go back to links 2, which is First Defense Doppler. Whoa, what was that?
Ooh, was that lightning?
It might have been. Woof. Boy. But let's go back to First Defense Doppler. And there you see right here, the two original severe thunderstorm warnings that we had for the southern part of the county and the northern part of the county have since been canceled, but they've been since replaced with a new severe thunderstorm warning, which basically behind this line of storms, from Dunkirk out to, I'd say, Ripley, down to the state line, you're out of this warning. They've trimmed it back because the line is flying on through. And again, look at the motion on this. It's moving east at 61 miles an hour based on the radar. And again, that is definitely a fast moving clip. And we had talked about this, and this is a time lapse. You can just see how it's kind of creeping along. And we had talked about this throughout News Now at noon, how this line of storms is going to have a fast forward progression to it. So these storms are going to be in one spot and then out the next. And because of the fast motion that they're moving, that's obviously going to increase the damaging wind potential. So again, that severe thunderstorm warning has been extended until 7 o'clock, which still does include the city of Jamestown, and this whole thing is bowing out. And this is what the high-resolution computer models have been showing, is a bow line segment coming out, and with it bowing out, definitely some strong straight-line winds. If we can take Jamestown and zoom into this to near street level, we'll take a look at now, because it's starting to come into Jamestown here. You can see here that there's the new scan that's coming in. You can see here the heaviest amount of the rain is still north of downtown, but if you're near the Jamestown airport going out to Falconer, you're getting a heavy downpour here. And I was actually looking at the other radar that I have here. The lightning is impressive coming out of this. There are lots of lightning strikes that are showing up on the radar that I have here. And so again, there's definitely a lot of lightning occurring in this storm. And so again, the heaviest amount of the rain now near Lakewood, probably near the Jamestown airport, Chautauqua Lake getting drenched, and it's still north of downtown, but Falconer, you're getting it, and eventually this is all going to be moving to the east as this line progresses. Let's go back to the News Now cam. Yeah, you can see the wind picking up.
Yeah, you can definitely, and
yes.
Really, the thing I love about this camera is no rain yet down on the street level. We just shifted it over, but look at that, look at the street sign. See, that's Potter's Alley.
Yep.
On the left there, that street sign is certainly a waving. the flags are going, and it is really, really, really windy out there. So certainly, this is a storm that definitely is packing a punch for sure.
Indeed. And so again, this is First Defense Doppler right here. And again, the heaviest amounts of the rain, actually, based on News Now Cam, it really has not been raining downtown yet. But again, this is all going to be moving to the east as this line of severe thunderstorms are pushing in. There's the new radar sweep, and you can see it's pushing eastward once again. So probably Falconer right now is just getting a deluge as this line of storms are moving on through. Now let's take a look at what's going on down, and we have a triple box up. This is the Sky Vision camera at the Warren City Bank building in downtown Warren, and then we also have the our HD News Now cam down in the lower box. A severe thunderstorm warning continues for Warren County. The storms are not even in Warren yet, but the Weather Service and State College being proactive, which, we had talked about this before, how, this whole region is kind of at a crosshairs with the Weather Service offices. All of Western New York is served by the Weather Service in Buffalo. Erie, PA is served by the Weather Service in Cleveland.
I want to chime in real quick with the comments here. Brandon says it's coming down 3 blocks from us. So certainly, Brandon, I mean, as this front definitely pushes on through downtown Jamestown, I'm sure on our live cam here we will begin to see that the rain begin to pour in. Obviously.
Oh wow! Let's take the MacBook Pro control room.
Yeah.
We have a viewer image coming in from our own Rory Polero, and it looks like there are trees in power lines. I'm not entirely sure if that's out his window or if tree branches have been snapped. He didn't really say, but that's a little bit concerning if that is just tree branches hanging out his window or if these are tree branches that have flew into power lines. We're going to get a confirmation on that, but that is definitely, if that's the case, that's definitely a strong storm to be taken seriously there. And so again, this is the camera. Wow, the heavy rain there at Chautauqua Lake. You can't even see the lake anymore. It has dropped because of the heavy rain, and now it's starting to rain downtown. Look at the wind blowing the rain across the street there. So the rain is really starting to come down in downtown as this line of severe thunderstorms are moving on through. And they will continue the severe thunderstorm warning until 7 o'clock, which does include the city of Jamestown. And it is mainly for a damaging wind threat. And Jay's moving the camera back up to get more of the sky. And you can see the wind really starting to come on through here. And the one thing we've learned is that we need to get more cameras on the weather. And this is one of the greatest pieces of technology we have here, is the ability to show you what's going on in real time from across the area. Look at the wind, and that is just incredible. So again, you're looking at a triple box of me and the radar. And this is the Skycam coming from Warren, and then the HD News Now cam. Again, look at how the line is bowing out. This is a clear indication that there's probably damaging straight line winds that are occurring. The heaviest amounts of the rain still looks like it's north of downtown, probably near the airport, but again, it's all moving to the east. There's also another line of heavier rain out to our west that looks like it'll probably clip downtown. Frewsburg, you're still nice and dry, so nothing yet. Probably you'll be spared from this, but probably this western part of the line will probably clip Frewsburg in the not too distant future. So again, this whole line has a bowing segment to it, so definitely the potential for some damaging straight line winds that are occurring within this storm. And the fact that we've had multiple reports of power outages from the central part of the county definitely indicates that there's probably some wind damage that has occurred up here. We are in a real-time chat session with the Weather Service, and we've not had any reports came in.
Now, Dakota,
yes,
just to chime in here, and I'm going to control him. If you can't just leave it on him because I'm away from the camera, but I'm checking in with the newsroom, and they're telling me there is a laundry list of fire emergency calls. They just checked in with Chautauqua County Dispatch. a laundry list of emergency calls right now related to this storm coming across at least Chautauqua County. I'm going to kind of start with the earlier in the evening. Around 6 o'clock in Dunkirk, fire crews responded to Wildwood Drive in East Dunkirk for a single company power line down there. Another call at 17 East Green Street, I believe it's street, for low-hanging wires, trees down, wires arching on Orchard Road in Fredonia. Power line down on Main Street there in Dunkirk as well. Lines down in Fredonia. More towards Silver Creek, there is a trees down and a line down, but they don't think that was a power line. Forestville, there's a tree across the road, unknown if the wires are involved. That's on Prospect in Forestville. One lane is blocked on Route 394 in Mayville. And it looks like Bemis Point has a slew of calls as well. Lines down, it looks like sparking in a ditch. That's on Sly Joslin Road in Bemis Point. And then there is an actual structure fire alarm as well. That is at 3619 Overlook Drive there in Asheville, and Bemis Point firefighters are responding to that. No word if that's an actual fire or not, just that they are on their way to check that out. And then there's several trees down, and then here more towards Gary, it looks like there's a transformer fire happening right now on Wade Hill Road in Gary. Ellington crews are responding to that. And another power line down on Salisbury Road as well. So certainly there's a number of emergency calls happening right now across our area. And again, people, if they have photos or anything like that, send it to us here on Facebook. I know Desiree chiming in. She says, pretty sure just seen a funnel cloud on North Main Street coming off the expressway. Desiree, if you can, Facebook message that to us right now. Message our page, and we'll definitely share that with them as well. Thomas saying, yes, it's raining heavily near the airport. Temperatures have dropped to nearly 70 already. And it looks like Stephanie's saying just starting to rain here on Superior, raining in Lakewood. So certainly crazy winds out there, Dakota, as this storm continues to barrel through and over the city of Jamestown.
Yes, and now again, I had mentioned it earlier, the threat for tornadoes today is relatively small, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there couldn't be a spin up within this line. It is not uncommon for a squall line of thunderstorms like this to produce a small spin up tornado, as these storms could have the potential to have some weak rotation within them. But the main threat is definitely damaging straight line winds, and of course all those reports that Jay had just mentioned to you. And what's concerning is lightning. I have mentioned it before, lightning scares me to death because we don't know where that next cloud to ground lightning strike is going to be. And looking at the radar that I have over here, there have been numerous cloud to ground lightning strikes that are occurring. So definitely, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if that is a true fire that's going on because of lightning. Lightning hitting, power lines and transformers. Lightning just scares me to death, but that's just how it is. So here we go. The severe thunderstorm warning will continue until 7 o'clock for Cattaraugus, Chautauqua, Allegheny, and Erie. And if we can pop the actual warning polygons back on, you'll see that warning. So again, this is it here. This orange polygon is that severe thunderstorm warning. And look at the motion on this. It's moving east at 61 miles an hour. And again, I've been mentioning it all night tonight that this is what we were expecting, this fast moving line of showers and storms that has a very fast clip on it. So it is moving fairly quickly. And all these counties that are shaded in pink are under a severe thunderstorm watch until 11 o'clock. And that includes all of Western New York and Northwest PA. They've actually taken parts of Ohio out of the watch, but it continues for Erie, Crawford, Warren, Chautauqua, Cattaraugus, Erie, basically everybody else. We're still in this watch. I would assume but of course we all know what happens when you assume, but I would guess that as this line of storms continues to progress onto the east, they will drop some more counties out of the watch as the line moves on through. Now, the main threats with this whole line of storms today is definitely damaging straight line winds. You can just see how it's bowed right out. And when you have the winds, when you have it bowing, that's an indication that the winds are coming in and bowing the line out. And that definitely indicates strong damaging straight line winds. And I would not be a bit surprised if we had that occurring right now. So again, this line segment's about to cross probably the central and southern part of the line is about to cross into Cattaraugus County near Randolph. So you're going to be next in line, and this will ultimately go out towards Salamanca. The southern branch of the line is starting to get into Warren County right now, but still not officially in Warren. So Sugar Grove, you're fine. Warren, you're fine. Tidiute, you're fine for now, but you are under a severe thunderstorm warning until 7 o'clock. I believe that's the expiration time on that. Let me go back to the Weather Service chat.
And just chiming
Yes,
in here with
go ahead.
some of the people in the comments. Pam chiming in, she says, very windy and pouring right now in Randolph. Certainly as that storm, obviously going to be the windiest right in front of the storm cells as it passes over you. Rick saying Falconer is kicking up. Absolutely, Rick. You very much are probably under some pretty heavy rain right now. It'd be a good camera site probably would be on the that bank building there on the corner of Work and Main in Falconer. That'd be a great rooftop camera.
Sponsorship, hint, 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 wink,
Right.
wink, nudge, nudge.
And Rick chiming in here also, adding more. He says, Hunter turned out to be an awesome weatherman. Would not be surprised if he went national. So certainly,
Who said that?
Rick Cox. He said that, and I certainly
you.
agree with you, Rick. Certainly agree with you.
Well, thank you for that. I say it all the time. I don't like to gloat about myself because I'm not as good as I think I am. But it's like, I say it all the time. We need less pride and more humility in the science of weather and actually in life, quite frankly. But you know what? I do, like those comments. So thank you very much for that. So what we've got right now is the severe thunderstorm warning will continue until 7 o'clock. And again, boy, look at that bow in the line segment. This is coming right in Randolph's direction. And again, this whole line is starting to bow on out. And because we call it a bow line because it looks like an archery bow. And that's definitely a sign of damaging strong straight line winds. The heaviest rain doesn't look like it looks like it's starting to probably peak into downtown Jamestown, but definitely the heaviest rain is still north, probably on 62 going up near the airport. And again, these are the two SkyVision. Actually, the Warren camera, the clouds are really starting to increase there. That's the SkyVision camera on top of the Warren City Bank building downtown. And then this is the HD News Now cam that is overlooking 3rd Street from the Spain building, which is where our studios are located here in downtown Jamestown. So let's go, and actually, if we can, let's go to the Chautauqua Lake SkyVision camera. I want to take a look at that and see how the conditions are. Oh, yeah, the rain is still coming down. You can see the visibility is down to almost nothing as the storms are moving on through. And again, Jay earlier had mentioned a wealth of severe weather reports coming in from wind damage. And that has definitely been the main threat with these storms today, has been the threat for damaging straight line winds in this line segment. And again, this is the SkyVision camera coming from Chautauqua Lake. The visibility has been greatly reduced because of the heavy rain. And all you see is literally just gray, but you see a few of the trees down there as well. And now, again, I'm still monitoring the chat sessions coming from the Weather Service, and I still don't see any official storm reports coming in from the National Weather Service in Buffalo, but we do know that we have multiple damage going on across the area from likely wind damage, and there have been numerous reports of power outages across the region. because of the high winds. And it should be worthy to mention here that the overall tornado threat is not that high, but it's still there. It's a low-end threat, but there is the potential that some of these storms could have some weak rotation within them and definitely spin up a short-lived tornado within this line. And again, squall lines of storms, not out of the question that they could have some weak rotation in them and produce some short-lived tornadoes. But again, the threat is rather low, but it is there, something that we want to mention. Scanning the comments here, got a comment that a tree fell in Bemis Point. That's coming from Michael. Do you have a specific street address on that? If you do, that would help us out a ton. Gwen says she's in Salamanca, and I think it will be here very soon. Indeed, it will. The line segment's really moving on through. The radar data is actually showing that this line of storms is moving on through it at about 60 plus miles an hour. And we had told you about this earlier, about how if the forward motion of these line of storms actually became quick, then these line of storms would be moving through at a very rapid pace. And of course, the quicker the storms move, the higher potential that they do have of seeing some strong damaging straight line winds. Just scanning the comments, and again, if you have any damage reports you would like to send to us, whether that be trees, power line damage, anything, if you can do it safely, you can send it to us right here on Facebook, or you can tweet me at HuntersWX, HUNTERSWX, or on Facebook as well. I do have my Facebook page open, so you can post on there or message me through there. And I'm keeping an eye on social media, and of course our social media gurus in the newsroom are watching the actual Facebook and Twitter accounts as well. So what we're going to do is, if we can switch to, yeah, there we go. We're at the double box. Actually, I took my eyes off the screen for a second. But there you see we have the triple box here. So this is the camera coming from the lake, the HD News Now cam, and the radar. Again, all these counties that are shaded in pink, that is a severe thunderstorm watch. That goes until 11 o'clock tonight. And that includes all of Western New York and and parts of PA, Erie, PA, Warren, PA, all under that watch. Warren, PA still under a severe thunderstorm warning. The storms are just starting to reach Warren now, but again, actually being proactive, which is a good call. The Weather Service at State College issued this severe thunderstorm warning like, 45 minutes ago? Yeah. So, yes, so it is just incredible. And again, this whole line is producing wind damage. Jay, would you have anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, it just looks like, thank you so much, everybody, to sending us in some viewer photos as well. Brandon sent us a couple of video, and it looks like a photo as well. So certainly we really appreciate that, and we will work to share that with everybody here on the live. But definitely, lots of activity going on. The emergency responses still continue. We are monitoring that. Looks like there was more lightning. It's just so incredible that we're able to see that here. Still monitoring that reported structure fire as well, and we'll keep our eyes on that, and monitoring a transformer fire as well in Gary. So we will continue to monitor that on the news side of things here.
All right, and monitoring the Weather Service chat, we're getting a report. It's not confirmed as of this point, but it is in the Weather Service chat. This is coming from the Spotter Network, that it's 2 miles northeast of Falconer. Several trees are down, shingles missing from some roofs. That is not confirmed. That is coming from the Spotter Network, and that is not confirmed as of this point. But of course, we will work on that to see if that is the case. But the Weather Service did relay that to us in the Weather Service chat. So again, what we have right now is a severe thunderstorm warning for Chautauqua County and Cattaraugus and parts of Allegheny County. It is for this line of storms that are moving on through. And again, I've been mentioning it all afternoon. The line of storms are moving very quickly. The radar is actually showing that this line of storms is moving at 61 miles an hour. That is the forward motion of these storms. And this whole line has flared out ahead of a cold front. And we had told you about this a couple days ago, that the potential did exist for this line to pop out ahead of this cold front before it moves on through. And that is definitely the case. And, you know, if you watch News Now at noon, we had talked about how a warm front pushed through, really warmed us up, spiked the humidity. Both Dunkirk, Buffalo, and Rochester all broke high record temps today because of how warm it was. But then we're going to go from July right into fall tomorrow as the cold front plows through tonight and drops our temperatures a good 15, 25 degrees. So this is out ahead of the front, and this is what we were expecting with this line of storms producing extensive, well, I don't want to say, extensive wind damage, but it is producing wind damage that we know of right now.
Now, Dakota, I
yes.
want to share this video with everyone, and I'm not sure if control room, can we? Yeah, all right. So it's actually going to appear behind you, Dakota.
Okay.
This is from Brandon Wade here in the city of Jamestown, and you see a lot of rain, obviously coming down. Old city drainage, of course, is to blame for this. It's an older city, but lots of pouring down rain here in Jamestown for sure.
Yes, and I actually lived on a hill for several years. I want to say back when I was in high school, which was a long time ago. I was back in high school, and we used to live on a hill, and all the time when we would have very heavy rain, the street would flood because water flows downhill. And the street would flood, and that's definitely what we've got here. So definitely some localized flooding, probably not so much from heavy rain, but so much from overflowing sewers. Definitely the potential here as this whole line is producing some heavy rain and some gusty winds. Actually, these triangles that you see popping up are hail markers. And if you can, let's click on this one. That might be old data, because I'm not entirely sure what that's talking about there. So hail probability about 20%. And so again, the storm moving east of 51. The overall hail, and again, we'd mentioned this, that the hail today, not really going to be the issue. The overall size of hail, less than half an inch. So again, you could see some small hail, but the main threat's definitely going to be from the stronger straight line winds that are coming on through with this line of storms.
And I wanted to share this photo as well behind you, Dakota. Jennifer Norberg sharing this here on Facebook. More rain coming down in Jamestown. Looks like you got a crazy gutter there, Jen.
Yes.
Coming down. So certainly.
Grab that soap.
Yeah. I guess you could take a shower. That would be fine, right?
Grab that soap and that loofah sponge. You'll definitely need that.
So we thank you for sharing those with us. Of course, if anybody has anything to share, it looks like Brian just sent us a video here. Let's see, Brian, this is at Strider Field as well in Jamestown. So control room, can we take that shot? There we go. So there's Strider Field here in Jamestown. Certainly, definitely raining there for there's a home game tonight, right?
Yes. They're playing Wheatfield.
Certainly, that.
I'm not sure if that game has since been postponed.
Must be. I mean,
I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
Raining here, so.
And this actually is good practice too. Taking video in your car. We love reports, but don't put yourself in danger or don't put anybody else in danger.
Never.
Being in your car is definitely a safe place to get video. Obviously, don't be standing out there with your phone because you could get hit by lightning, and we obviously don't want that. So again, this is First Defense Doppler radar. You're looking at the line of storms that are moving on through. And again, not really seeing a whole lot in the way of actual severe reports coming in from the Weather Service. Got a report coming in from Rochester, thunderstorm wind gusts estimated around 45 to 50 here in North Greece and Monroe County. That's coming from somebody from, it looks like the college in Rochester. What college would that be, Jay?
There's a number of colleges in Rochester. U of R, St. John Fisher.
I think U of R is where this report's coming
Okay.
from.
If it's U of R means University of Rochester.
Yes.
In case anyone didn't know. So.
I'm not up on the Rochester metro area. I've only been out there a couple times, but
It's a nice area.
yes.
It's a
So
nice-
again, what we have here is a line of severe thunderstorms that are moving on through, and again, this whole line has the potential to produce wind damage, and we have been seeing that all throughout the evening tonight as this line has been producing apparently wind damage that has been knocking down trees and causing some power outages as well across the county. So again, this line segment is still moving on through. It's going to be into Warren and Cattaraugus counties in the not too distant future as this comes on through. Now, let me take a look at
Now, Dakota, if
Yes.
you can, I'll let you work on that, and I'll just kind of reset for all of us. Live look, Seneca Allegheny Casino camera, as rain's just starting
Yes.
to come down there really heavy, and you can see the camera kind of shake there as well in Salamanca. Really cool shot. The back end of the storm over Chautauqua Lake.
that is really cool.
Yeah, of the rain, and the sun's just finally starting to come out again as this pretty heavy line of storms is finally beginning to make its way. Downtown Jamestown, the flag is flying at a pretty moderate pace, but not as crazy as it was earlier. Of course,
Yes.
everything is absolutely soaked. And Warren, oh boy, that's the place to be for now.
Yes, the storms will be approaching downtown Warren eventually.
Right.
That severe thunderstorm warning has been in effect for almost an hour. And you know what? That's a good call for them to have actually been proactive and actually issue that warning way out ahead of this line. So that was a good call by the Weather Service there to actually issue that severe thunderstorm warning for Warren County way out ahead of this line.
And wanted to share this video. Of course, Dakota will key you in here. It looks like this is from Brenda on our page, and she's sharing this here from Jamestown. Lots of rain coming down. Of course, that's really, really pretty much the story
Yep.
here tonight. So certainly, we thank everybody so much for sharing these videos with us, and certainly. We really appreciate all of our weather eyes, as we like to call it.
That's what we call you. We call you our weather eyes because you are our eyes to the world. You help us see what goes on out there. Seeing a comment on the live stream, Michael Knowles said, "My house blew away." Are you joking, or is that an actual thing?
Possible.
Because if your house blew away, that is definitely serious. We would have something else more on our hands than damaging straight line winds. But I kind of have a feeling he might be joking. But I don't know. We'll keep our eyes on that. But Cynthia asking the time to be in Syracuse. This whole line is going to ultimately weaken as it moves east. So probably by the time it reaches Syracuse, of course, we're here. Syracuse is way up here. Let me get on the other side of the wall here. So Syracuse is right here. This whole line is going to actually start to weaken as it works eastward. So more than likely the storms won't be as severe as they are now. Not going to rule out the chance for a couple severe storms in and around Syracuse, but the threat should be much lower as the storms start to weaken as they work eastward. So again, the severe thunderstorm warning for Chautauqua, Cattaraugus, Allegheny County, they've just issued a new one down here, and they've also issued a new one out here, which includes St. Mary's, and there's a new severe thunderstorm warning up here for this northern part of the line. But this warning, which includes Jamestown, Olean, continues until, I believe the expiration time on that was 7 o'clock. The one for Warren continues until 7:30, which has been in effect for almost an hour, and all the counties in purple, in pink, not purple, pink. I think I'm colorblind. And that's not a joke on people who actually are colorblind. Jay.
Sorry about that.
There we go. All the counties that are in pink, that is a severe thunderstorm watch until 11 o'clock tonight. And so there actually is a new severe thunderstorm warning for Livingston, Monroe, Ontario, Wayne, and Genesee, which was that new thunderstorm that was way up here that was just issued for, but that's ultimately going to go up into the Rochester metro area. So we're not really going to focus on that since not really our coverage area. Our main concern is this line of storms that's moving on through, and for some reason, no, that might be current data. Actually, no, it's not. The First Defense Doppler does not have current data. So let's go back to the high-res radar very quickly and just compare these two. And no, I think First Defense Doppler is delayed by a couple minutes for some reason. But this is the new sweep that just came in. So again, the severe thunderstorm warning will continue until 7 o'clock. And again, this whole line the whole line is bowing out. And this is what we were expecting today, as this line of thunderstorms have been bowing out today because of the strong winds. And there we go. It looks like we have the live radar data back. And so again, you're looking at First Defense Doppler radar, and you're seeing that line of thunderstorms that are moving on through. And again, this is ultimately starting to sag down into Warren. Let's take a look at the Warren Sky Vision camera, because I want to see what it looks like down there coming from the Warren City Bank building. I think the storm still might be a little bit, you can see the dark skies right above the banner. Dark skies. Now, unfortunately, we don't have control of these cameras, but we do have the ability to use them. We just can't control them. So we unfortunately, and this is coming from the casino in Salamanca. The rain really starting to come down there in the camera, shaking with the wind a little bit there as well. But these storms are migrating to the south and east, which is what the high resolution computer modeling has been showing, where these storms will be moving to the south and east today, and they're moving at a very rapid pace. You can see the storms were way back here. Now they're way over here. The rate these storms are moving is about 50 to 60 miles an hour. That is how fast these storms are moving today, and that is what we had expected. We can see it started to clear out downtown, but the cloud cover is still hanging downtown over the HD News Now cam. And Jay looks like he is zooming in right now into Warren County. And again, the storms are starting to come into Warren County now. If you're watching us in Warren County, which would include Warren, PA, Tidiu, Sugar Grove, Youngstown, Sheffield, you have been under a severe thunderstorm warning for about an hour. The Weather Service and State College issued that almost an hour ago, way in advance of this line. And you can see it's still in effect. This goes until 7:30. And it is for this southern line, the southern branch of the line that is coming on through. So Jamestown, the storms are starting to move east of downtown, and they're starting to move into Cattaraugus County. And so again, Salamanca really in the brunt of this. Let's go back to the Sky Vision in Salamanca on top of the casino and see if it's changed there. And I'm not sure if we have that, but yep, there we go. And again, it looks like the rain may have let up just a little bit. But there we go. The camera just shaking a little bit. And again, this camera is on top of the Seneca Allegheny Casino. And it's looking over I-86 going eastbound, not westbound, it's going eastbound. And so again, we are watching this because you can definitely see the heavy rain that is moving on through. And again, if you have anything you would like to report to us, whether that be trees down, power outages, anything you have, you can shoot it to us here on our Facebook page or on Twitter, or the easiest way would be to tweet it to me at HuntersWX, HunterSWX. Also on Facebook, I'm the same, HuntersWX there, and we will get that on the air. Coming in from the Weather Service, we're getting trees and power lines down throughout portions of Chautauqua County. That definitely would be accurate. And we're getting another report coming from Ellery Center. Law enforcement reports thunderstorm wind damage, tree and power lines down throughout portions of the county. So again, we are getting multiple reports of that, of trees and power lines down all throughout Chautauqua County. And this is and this was the fear today about the damaging straight line winds. Again, when you have straight line winds, when you have winds blowing in a straight line, they definitely can take down trees and do some damage. And that's definitely what we've had today. This whole line, the forward motion has been very fast. It's been moving at about 50 to 60 plus miles an hour. And of course, when the line is moving that quickly, you can expect damaging winds of around 50, 60 to maybe even 70 miles an hour as this line is moving on through. Getting a report here from Amy that my power is out in Forestville. So that would definitely correspond to where some of the strongest winds have been with this line segment. And again, so power outages throughout the county are pretty widespread because of the nature of the damage we've seen from more than likely straight line winds. So again, you're looking at First Defense Doppler radar, and the whole line of storms are starting to migrate their way to the south and then east. So Cattaraugus County, you're next in line. So Olean, you're going to be getting hit pretty soon here. Salamanca is already getting hit right now. And then Warren County, the storms are just now starting to enter Warren from around Sugar Grove, Youngstown. You know where you are out there. You are under that severe thunderstorm warning as well, pardon me. And we're continuing to monitor the Weather Service chats to see if we have anything coming in from the Weather Service, and nothing from Buffalo as of yet. And I haven't seen anything coming in from Cleveland or State College as of this point. There is a new severe thunderstorm warning for Elk, McKean, and Warren until 7:30. So they have actually extended that warning. Actually, it's been in effect for 7:30, but they've added a new warning that goes out to the east. That's issued by the Weather Service and State College.
And Dakota, I'd
Yes.
actually like to share this with everybody. This is the outage map from National Grid. If you need that, if you Google this, it's a really great tool. If you have National Grid, meaning you don't live in the city of Jamestown, who has the BPU, or some other areas which may have NYSEG. If you obviously pay a power bill, you probably know who you have. You see areas up to the DeWittville kind of centering around there. It looks like almost 2,000 people are affected right now without power, with an estimated restoration time of 8 o'clock. If you're watching us on here, it looks like kind of just off I-86, so that would be the Stowe area, if I'm thinking correctly, right off that first exit where the ferry is at.
By the bridge, right, Jay?
Yeah, right by the
Yes.
bridge there. Almost to the Chautauqua Institution, but not quite. It looks like just over 1,000 people are affected. It looks like they say that they'll get that back online at around 8 o'clock. And then there's around 200 people who are without power right now, just in north of Greenhurst. So that would be portions of the Fluvanna, almost Bemis Point area, and they don't have a crew assigned to that yet. So they say that should be done around 8:15, but still no crew yet assigned. And it looks like there's fewer than 5 people, a few other incidents as well throughout the area that are just reporting that they don't have power. And it's the same thing, it looks like, in Ellicottville. There's a small, actually quite a big incident here in Cattaraugus County. Hang on, it looks like a couple thousand people in the Great Valley, Ellicottville, Ashford area who are without power right now. Obviously, as that pretty big line now is pretty much centering itself in Cattaraugus County and portions of Warren County, Pennsylvania as well, Dakota.
All right, thank you, Jay. And we're getting a report that came in, a very dark cloud 5 miles east of Frewsburg. And that definitely would be it. Now, the Weather Service in Buffalo has canceled the severe thunderstorm warning for Chautauqua County. The storms are moving out. But what's a bit concerning, they have updated the severe thunderstorm warning to say tornado possible with the storm for Allegheny, Cattaraugus, Wyoming until 7 o'clock. So you can see Chautauqua County not under the warning. It is now a Cattaraugus County problem. And in the text of the warning, they're saying tornado possible. You can see it right here, tornado possible, and definitely. So let's zoom right into that, because I think I know why they issued, as to why they put that in there. It's right here. See that little notch in the line? That's probably what we call an inflow notch, where the winds are coming into the storm. Definitely there could be some rotation going on right here, south of Salamanca, near the state line, probably west of Limestone. There's definitely signs that could be a inflow notch within that storm. I'm going to take a look at the velocity product very quickly, and if we can, let's go to the high resolution radar, and I can see what I think they're looking at. It's going to be right here. It is not, we're not really seeing anything showing up right here, but I think I know why they put that in there, because there are signs that this whole thing might have a little bit of rotation in it. And again, I've been mentioning throughout the night that the overall tornado threat is low, but there is the chance for these small spin-up tornadoes. So again, there is a potential that what we're looking at right here could be some mild weak rotation going on in that storm that is coming up west of Limestone. So again, you can see that if we go back to First Defense Doppler, you'll see that we have an inflow notch that is coming into that storm. It's right there, and that's that inflow notch where the winds are coming into the storm, wrapping back around it. So definitely some rotation could be going on here. Nasty bow echo to the west of it. That is going to be coming into Bradford pretty soon as this whole line is progressing on down, and then the southern branch of it is now getting into Warren County as well. That severe thunderstorm warning for Warren County continues until 7:30. But with this storm that is moving into Cattaraugus and Allegheny counties, the Weather Service saying tornado possible, as there are signs that there could be some weak rotation, maybe right in here, as into why the Weather Service issued that. So we'll keep our eyes on that and see what happens with that. The Weather Service has canceled the wind advisory for the Niagara Frontier. They had that in effect because of gusty winds. That was set to expire tonight, and they have since canceled that. So if you're in around Buffalo, the wind advisory has since been canceled, but the wind still could be a little bit gusty there. So again, if you are watching us in Jamestown, anywhere in Chautauqua County, there are no severe thunderstorm warnings in effect right now. They have cleared you out of that warning as the whole line is progressing on to the south and then east. However, the severe thunderstorm watch does remain in effect until 11 o'clock, but I think that the western counties are going to be dropped out of the watch here as this line is starting to move on through. But the watch is still valid until 11 o'clock. So as long as that watch is valid, that means that there could be the potential for thunderstorms that could be strong to severe with definitely gusty winds, and between now and 11 o'clock, as long as that watch is valid. And you know, I don't think we do a good job saying it, but a watch and a warning are different. A watch means that the potential exists for the potential for severe thunderstorms in the area. Actually, you know what? The phrase that they like to use a lot, in and close to the watch area. That's what that means. In and close to the watch area for severe thunderstorms, and a warning means that it's happening or it's imminent. So, so again, the watch continues until 11 o'clock. So Chautauqua County, we're fine. The storms have since ended. The whole line is moving its way to the south and then east. The problems are going to be Cattaraugus County, Allegheny County, I believe that's McKean County, PA, where Bradford is, and then Warren County, PA, for that southern line of the storms. I want to take a look at the Warren Sky Vision camera to see what that southern branch of the line looks like, and just see if we have any rain coming down. And yeah, the clouds are really starting to come in. It doesn't look like it's raining right now downtown. Now this camera is on top of the Warren City Bank building in downtown Warren, just past the Hickory Street Bridge, which you see right down there. And it doesn't look like it's raining there, but the clouds really starting to scream in as the storms are coming in from the north. And again, we're going to be watching that camera very closely as the line of storms come on through. I want to take a look at, if we can, switch to the Salamanca Sky Vision and see what that looks like. And the rain still coming down here, and again, traffic still flowing on I-86, and the rain is really coming down there. You can see the rain starting to hit the camera lens. And now again, within this thunderstorm, it is now, there are no tornado warnings. We want to ease you on that. There are no tornado warnings right now. However, they have put in the text of the warning for the severe thunderstorm warning that a tornado is possible, and I think I see why they have done that, because there are signs that there could be some weak rotation within this storm. And so again, you can see the rain coming down here at the casino in Salamanca. Let's go back to Lynx 2, which is First Defense Doppler. And I'll show you kind of what the Weather Service is looking at here. So again, this is the line of storm starting to come into Warren. The main concern is this. There's a little notch in the line. It looks like it's starting to come up on limestone right now. And there's that little notch in there, and that notch could be a inflow notch. And definitely there could be some kind of maybe some weak rotation going on in there. This box Justin has up here is the severe thunderstorm warning. Which warning is this, Jay, that you have?
This is for the portions of Warren County.
Okay, so this was for the one in Warren.
Yep.
And the storm motion on that was 26 miles an hour, Jay?
Yeah, it looks 26, yes.
Yeah, so it's moving east at 26. And again, you can see that the main threat here is definitely going to be wind gusts of around 60 miles an hour and less than quarter-size hail. Okay, now we have a tornado warning for Allegheny and Cattaraugus County. They have upped that to a tornado warning, and that will be popping up here in just a minute. And I am pretty certain I know why they did that. It's right here. So this is the tornado warning, this red polygon. So if you are in Olean, let's zoom right into this and show you who's in and who's out. Olean, you're not in this. I'd say the northern part of Olean, you're in this. Cuba, you're in this. Friendship, you're in this. This goes all the way out to Alfred. So if you have people who live in Alfred at the college out there, you need to text them and be in a safe place. So we have a tornado warning for Allegheny and Cattaraugus County until 7:30. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Weston Mills or near Olean, moving east at 45. And I'll show you what the Weather Service is looking at on the high resolution radar. We'll go to high res radar and I'll show you what they're looking at. There are signs that within this storm there could be some rotation going on right about in here, and it's right here. See right here, when you see the reds and the greens coming together, that is a indication of storm rotation. So there is there is a chance that there could be a tornado down with this, but we don't know that for sure. There is a potential that there could be a tornado. So tornado warning for the extreme southeastern part of Cattaraugus County going out into Allegheny County. Let's go back to the main graphics to First Defense Doppler. And again, it is, you can see the polygon right here. It is this bright red polygon. That is the tornado warning. And again, tornado warnings, actually severe weather warnings, are not county based. They are based on polygons. The simple rule of thumb is if you're in this polygon, do something now. And if you're not, don't worry about it. So again, this includes the northern part of the city of Olean. And this is I do take that back. Downtown Olean is in the southern branch of that polygon. So downtown Olean, this does not include Allegheny, the town of Allegheny. It does not include St. Bonaventure University, which sits right about in here. You're not in this, but it's close. The polygon boundary is here. You're not in that. So again, Olean, that extends out to Cuba, Alfred. If you have friends or family at Alfred College, you need to text them and let them know that they have a tornado warning that is currently in effect until, let me find the expiration time on this here.
7:30.
7:30, thank you, Jay. So that goes until 7:30, and it is a radar indicated rotation. And again, a lot of people are not sure what to do with tornado warnings, but the simple rule of thumb is this. Small room, hall, closet, bathroom, lowest floor. If you got an up and a down, don't go up, you go down, and away from windows. No cars, no mobile homes. Nobody should be driving along I-86 near Olean at this time. If you are on the highway, if you are on I-86, you need to pull off near Olean. You need to pull off, go into a gas station, a restaurant, something, and just wait it out right here. You do not want to be in a car, and you do not want to be in a mobile home. We know that there are a lot of people who live out in the country that live in mobile homes, which are great. Mobile homes are fantastic, but they're not safe during a tornado, and you have to find more substantial shelter. So again, if you're in a side-built home, small room, lowest floor, near the center, and away from windows. for this tornado warning for the extreme southeastern part of Cattaraugus County into Allegheny County. And this is actually where all the, and actually, Jay, this has actually been where all the big weather action has been this year.
Yeah.
Because, we had the reports of funnel clouds earlier this year, and this is where all the main action has been this year. And then again, you know what? Because we'd actually said it on the air today, the overall tornado threat is low, but when you have one of these things, and the hard thing is trying to pinpoint this on radar because it's in a squall line. And unfortunately, what's going to happen is it's just hard to pick out that individual spot on the line. And so again, these are not cellular storms. These are squall line storms. These are clustered storms, so it's not going to be easy to see on the radar. So what we have right now is a tornado warning that is currently in effect for the extreme for the extreme southeastern part of Cattaraugus County into Allegheny County. This does include the city of Wellsville. It includes Cuba. It includes Alfred. If you know anybody in this red polygon, you need to tell them that they are under a tornado warning if they don't already know that, and get to a safe place now. So again, behind this, severe thunderstorm warning for Warren County for that southern branch of the line segment coming on through, producing damaging straight line winds. This whole line has been producing some damaging straight line winds today because of the nature of how these storms are moving. There actually is a severe thunderstorm warning for the western part of Cattaraugus County behind this line, but a little sharp, area of a little velocity couplet has caught the Weather Service's eye to issue a tornado warning. Now, we don't know if there's a tornado on the ground. We're not going to play that game because we don't know. But we do know that it is based on radar detection. And you can see right here, this is the actual tornado warning info box. First Defense Doppler is showing radar indicated. So there definitely is signs on the radar data that there could be some kind of rotation here, but we actually don't have the actual the shear marker that pops up for a overall tornado indication that gives us the BTI index. So again, the radar data showing that there could be some signs of a tornado, maybe right about in here. As you notice, the polygon starts out small and then it actually gets wider as it fans out. That's because of the uncertainty out there in the longer ranges. The storm could jog anywhere within that polygon. So again, that is a tornado warning for Cattaraugus and Allegheny counties. Does not include all of Cattaraugus or Allegheny. Remember, severe warnings, that would be severe thunderstorm, tornado, and flash flood warnings, are not county based. They are based on polygons. And the simple rule of thumb is if you are in this red polygon, do something now. And if you're not, don't worry about it. You're not under this warning. Again, these polygons allow for great error. And the Weather Service has been using these polygons for about, I think 12 years they've been using this polygon system. Never once in the entire country has there been a tornado that got outside of a polygon. So these are very good, and they allow for great margin of error. I actually want to take a look at, I don't want to focus, because now since we've got the tornado warning, I do want to go down to Warren and take a look at the Warren Sky Vision camera and see what's going on down there with that line of storms. And yeah, there you go. The rain really starting to come down there. And that is that southern part of the line segment that's coming on through. Now, Warren County, you've been under a severe thunderstorm warning for about an hour. They have issued that for quite a while ago. And so that is the southern part of the line segment that is coming on through Warren County right now. So again, what you're looking at is First Defense Doppler radar, and again, there's that line segment that you see right here. So again, the main threat's going to be winds of around 60 miles an hour. The storm motion has really started to slow down. It's moving at about 45 miles an hour, according to the radar data, and you can see the warning first went in effect at 6:30, and that actually is the new warning. I'm sorry. There actually was an earlier warning behind this. They've actually extended this warning out. That actually includes Bradford now, but the first warning was actually actually issued more than an hour ago. And that is a good call from the Weather Service to issue the warning well in advance. But again, the main biggest severe threat we have right now is in Cattaraugus and Allegheny County, where we have a tornado warning in effect. It does include the city of Olean, just north of there. It also includes Wellsville, Alfred. If you have anybody near Alfred going on there, and
Dakota, I want to explain to you what this is. We're just throwing this up. This is from Mackenzie in Olean, facing south. She wasn't able to take a picture facing north to where she is. She's obviously indoors. That's facing south of downtown Olean. So obviously, you know, we do have some rain going on there. But if we want control room, can we throw back up the radar? So obviously you see lots of skies, but looking over downtown Olean, just barely in that tornado warning at this point.
Downtown Olean is just in the southern part of this. And again, you know, I mentioned it earlier, it is going to be very hard to show you this on radar because if there's any rotation going on here, it is within this squall line, and it is very hard to show you rotation within a squall line like this. So you'll just have to take our word here that this tornado warning is in effect until 7:30. Again, we still don't have that shear marker showing up on the radar, which would actually give us the index for the tornado. But again, the Weather Service saw something that caught their eye, and they have issued a tornado warning because of what they're seeing on radar. And actually, what we'll do is we will take a look at the velocity data coming off the high-res radar that you see right here. And again, this is the tornado warning, this red polygon you see right here. What the Weather Service is looking at is probably this spot right here. That looks like it's now west of Cuba, coming up on Cuba. This might be what the Weather Service is looking at right here. Where you see the reds and the greens coming together, that is a sign of overall, you know, rotation, that there could be something going on here. But again, it's going to be very, very hard to try to pinpoint where this is on radar if we have something there. We don't have any reports yet if there is a tornado down. And again, even if there is something down, we're likely not going to be able to see it. It's dark. We're getting into nightfall. You can't see these things when it's dark. More than likely, it's probably rain wrapped. Around here, we just don't get those kind of tornadoes that you see out in Kansas, where it's, you know, very photogenic, where you see the funnel and no rain. We get different kinds of storms, and again, I'm almost certain it's right in here what the Weather Service is looking at. This is the reason why they issued that warning. There are signs that there could be some mild rotation that is going on here. And again, this is First Defense Doppler radar. And again, you can see the whole line has been bowing out. That has been the main concern today, has been damaging straight line winds. Again, we have not seen any reports of a tornado down. But given the fact that we have that tornado warning, it doesn't matter. You just need to be in a safe place. So if you are in, I would say the storm is now moving east of Olean. It looks like the storm, probably the storm in question, is kind of riding on the county line. So this is ultimately going to include Cuba, Friendship, Bolivar. I'd say Bolivar, you're in just out of just out of course of least regret. If you're in Bolivar, go to a safe place. And this ultimately includes Alfred as well. So if you know people at the college in Alfred, you need to text them and let them know that they are under a tornado warning. And again, that is a safe place is a small room, lowest floor, near the center and away from windows. If you have a basement, that works best. Get in that. If you don't, just a small room on the lowest floor. That would be a hall closet, a bathroom, something that's near the center. Obviously, the center of the house is best because that way you have multiple windows, multiple walls surrounding you. And you don't want to be in a car, and you do not want to be in a mobile home. So if you're driving on I-86 eastbound from Olean to Cuba, hopefully you're not watching us and driving at the same time. Hopefully you're not doing that. But if you do have somebody in the car who is watching our coverage, please pull off on the road, find something, a convenience store, a gas station, or a restaurant, something go in there and wait out the storm. You do not want to be in a car. I cannot tell you how many people have lost their lives trying to outrun tornadoes. It's not worth it. So do not be in a car during a tornado warning. Also, mobile homes are a no when it comes to warnings. Again, they offer wonderful affordable housing. They're great, but they're not safe during a tornado because they come apart. So you have to go to a more safety structure. So again, small room, lowest floor, near the center, and away from windows for Cattaraugus and Allegheny County as a new live sweep comes around. And again, the storm of concern looks like it's starting to move into Allegheny County as of this point. The Weather Service has expired the original severe thunderstorm warning for Cattaraugus and Allegheny counties. So again, they've since taken that warning away. It has since been expired. The only thing we have for Cattaraugus County is this very small section north of Olean and south of Franklinville in this red polygon. That is that tornado warning that remains in effect until 7:30. We should mention that Allegheny County, also included in this tornado warning, also includes the severe thunderstorm warning. You see that flashing orange polygon. That is a severe thunderstorm warning that continues until 7:45. And there's also a severe thunderstorm warning for Warren County that continues until 7:30. And also McKean County in Pennsylvania, which includes the city of Bradford, Lewis Run, that's under a severe thunderstorm warning until 7:30, I believe, as well. And again, if you are in this tornado warning, if you can do so safely, any visuals might help. If you have any damage reports, any visuals you'd like to send to us, if you can do it safely. We do not want you to put yourself in danger or anybody else in danger to get pictures and videos. Yes, we need that for confirmation, but your life is not worth getting a video or a picture. If there's something there, it's not worth it. So again, only do it if you are in a safe spot to do so. So again, tornado warning for the southeastern part of Cattaraugus County. The main threat really is now going to be going into Allegheny County, north of Bolivar, near Belmont, and then ultimately near Wellsville. That's that tornado warning. And again, this is all based on radar detection. The Weather Service has saw what looks like there could be a little velocity couplet that the Weather Service is looking at that could very well be some minor rotation going on. If we can take a look at the high-res radar that comes off my system over here, I'll show you the velocity data. And again, I think what they're looking at is right in here. It's coming up near Friendship. That is where this is coming up, and it looks like it's now kind of east of Cuba, moving up this way. So again, I think it's this spot right here that kind of caught the Weather Service's eye, and that's the reason why that tornado warning is in effect. Now again, I mentioned it earlier. We are more than likely not going to be able to see this if there is something there. This is within a long line of thunderstorms called a squall line. And unfortunately, when you have these tornadoes that pop up in a squall line, it is just impossible to show you these because they're more than likely going to be wrapped in rain. You know what? I lost my train of thought. But anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is, yes, Jay.
Yeah, I can pick that up for you. The squall lines are going to be wrapped in rain.
Yes.
So, and of course, it is darker outside now. You know, obviously, if we take a look outside where we're at, HD News Now Cam, you know, the street lights are obviously kicking on their run.
And obviously the rain has ended. And we should mention there are no severe thunderstorm warnings for Chautauqua County. Right. There are no tornado warnings. The watch still does remain in effect, but I would assume that the Weather Service will be pulling that back pretty soon as the threat really has started to come to an end as that line segment, Jay.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, in Dakota, we'll take another live look at kind of the wide view of the radar here. You obviously... Oh, nice Tim Hortons, Dakota. I'm sorry. I should have...
No, that's all right.
Control room didn't even notice that when they...
I got my Oreo ice cap.
Oh, it's
free
delicious,
product branding.
Sure. But obviously, yeah, you still have that watch that actually looks like if we bring it up live, there we go. So obviously, it looks like the watch has been dropped for Chautauqua County. So Chautauqua County's in the clear at this point.
I'm actually looking in the chat to see
And if we do have a moment, obviously we're still monitoring that severe thunderstorm, but wanted to give you a break here, Dakota, and we can take a look at maybe some viewer photos as well. Obviously, we just showed you that photo from Mackenzie in Olean, kind of looking, it looks like much of downtown Olean is doing pretty well at this moment, but of course, we're going to keep an eye on that. Brandon sent this in to us, video here of some of the rain pouring through Jamestown, through some of the old streets. Obviously, drainage is very much, an issue here. In an older city environment, you obviously you see that there, and then Jennifer sending us this in of some pretty nice downpours coming through off of the porch there at her place, and you see some rain coming down through that gutter, kind of intensifying it, of course, on the side of the house. Damage reports coming in from pretty much all over. This is a shot earlier of the parking lot there at Strider Field here in Jamestown, and you see lots of rain coming down. They did have a home game tonight that was delayed a little bit as this squall line and moved through. Heavier damage here sent into us from the Vikings in along Chautauqua Lake. Obviously, that sent in from John sending us this in. He says from the Vikings Lodge on the lake, some trees down there. So certainly we'll be passing that clip on, John, to our friends at the National Weather Service. It looks like a lot of the trees were actually taken down. Another clip there as well. Lots of branches and certainly.
And where was that? I'm sorry, Jay?
That was at the Vikings on Chautauqua Lake, so we can forward that image. Sorry, the graphics computer is being a little funky. There we go. The Vikings on Chautauqua Lake, so certainly, lots of damage from such heavy straight line winds, which I'm sure really were kicking up along Chautauqua Lake earlier today, Dakota.
Yes.
Sure. So we will of course continue to monitor that as well. Want to switch back here and take a closer look at First Defense Doppler. And again, we're still monitoring, we'll get back to that tornado warning in just a moment, but there's actually another tornado warning, which
that is for Ontario County near the Rochester Metro.
Yes. I'm sorry, this is, I'm looking at the one down by Oil City in Pennsylvania.
Oh yes, there is another tornado warning that is issued by the Weather Service and State College. Actually, or is that Cleveland? I'm checking to see where that would be.
But certainly we do see that other tornado warning as well. Lots of things are certainly blasting out around here as well. So certainly lots of activity. That's a little bit out of our area, but wanted to take a look at Warren right now. You see lots of heavy rain coming down. If we can, do we still have the City of Warren? There we go. City of Warren bank cam. Very dark skies as it's coming down. Lots of rain and wind, of course, as forecasted a little bit earlier on in the show. If we could come back to First Defense Doppler, that would be great. Of course, we're still very much monitoring that tornado warning in Cattaraugus County, pushing over into Allegheny County as well.
The Weather Service has since canceled the tornado warning for Cat County. It is now exclusively in Allegheny County. So if you are in Cattaraugus County, the tornado warning is over, but it still continues for areas out to the east until 7:30.
Absolutely, and you see areas like Belmont. Obviously, as we were saying, Alfred State College. Very much. If you know people in this, let them know that this is going on, and certainly, very serious as well there. So we're going to keep our eyes on that. Of course, looking at the velocity of this, prompting the National Weather Service to issue that warning. So certainly, Dakota, just to answer your question, I will get that to you following the broadcast. So, but of course, lots of rain coming down here, and for the most part, most of at least our general viewing area at this point, still heavy rain coming down in Cattaraugus County. And obviously the storm just exiting Warren, but it didn't seem like too crazy of a a time in Warren. Lots of rain, though, and of course, if anyone has any sort of viewer images, they can go ahead and they can send that to us as well here on Facebook. If you Facebook it to us, you can email to us, whatever seems to work for you, certainly. So. And it looks like at this point, still monitoring that. Obviously, there are currently 3 tornado warnings in the general western New York, northwestern Pennsylvania, but the one that we're really watching there is in Cat County. Of course, no confirmed whether that has touched down yet at this point, but certainly a lot of people kind of checking in with a comment, saying hello to Maddie, to Sean, to Lindsay, to Wanda. Thank you all so much for joining us. I know a lot of people, of course, now it is going to be a lot colder. I did change into my shorts, Dakota, during the dinner hour. So certainly I might want to change back into my dress pants.
And just to mention, I have not had dinner yet.
No,
the weather people never sleep. The weather people never eat.
No,
that's how it goes around here.
Yeah, I know. So certainly, we're very much very busy here as we continue to monitor all of this. I guess, Dakota, we're kind of creeping up here a little over an hour and a half. Thanks to everyone for joining us. Sean says rotation near Dansville. Yeah, absolutely, Sean. That Dansville, they haven't issued anything in form of a warning yet there, but certainly you're definitely, if that's where you're at. Actually, no, I'm sorry, you are in Lowville, MA. That's Maine, I believe.
I'm sorry.
MA that's Maine, right?
Yes.
Sean? Yes, I thought so.
Who made that comment?
Oh, Sean is watching from Lowell.
Oh, hi, Sean.
Maine.
How you doing?
Thank you for tuning in and watching us as well as we kind of trek on here, looking at some more. Of course, if you're in Allegheny County right now, pretty much much of the center of that county is confined there with that tornado warning, which is set to expire in 15 minutes at 7:30 p.m. Obviously, they issued that at 6:48, so little over a half an hour ago, or a little under a half an hour ago from this point. So
indeed. So again, what you are looking at here is First Defense Doppler, and again, this is the whole line of storms that blew on through here, and again, it's now moving its way to the east. And again, in this line, there are signs that there could be some weak rotation in this line, hence the reason why this tornado warning is in effect. So again, the tornado warning for Cattaraugus County, over. The Weather Service dropped that as the main storm of concern is now east of here, going into Allegheny County. So Wellsville, Belmont, Alfred, you're still under this warning. We should also mention there is another tornado warning that includes areas near the Rochester metro area. It is right here, and this is for Ontario County, and it is for this storm right here. It's south of Victor, going right over Canandaigua. So if you have friends or family near Canandaigua, just let them know that they have a tornado warning that is in effect that goes almost over to the Finger Lakes out here near Penn Yan and Geneva. So that is a tornado warning near the Rochester metro area, and that also is a Doppler radar detected threat until 7:30. But our main concern is this storm here in Allegheny County. And again, that is the storm that has the tornado warning embedded within it. So again, Bolivar, you're just kind of on the edge of this polygon, but I want you, actually the storm looks like it's actually, that's a bit concerning. Let's zoom into this little spot right here. Is that a donut hole showing up right there? This is a bit concerning. That looks like it could be a beware, a bounded weak echo region, or a donut hole. There's a spot where there's not that much radar return, and that's a bit concerning. I want to double check on this on the high res radar to see if that's what I'm thinking that is. And it's going to be right in here. Let's switch, yeah, there we go, to the high-res radar. It's right in here. It doesn't look as well defined on the high-res radar as it does on the main graphics system, but that's a little bit concerning when you have a hole like that. That's a bit concerning. And we'll take a look at the Velocity product here. And the rotation is going to be right here. You can see it. It's right here. It actually looks like it may have actually strengthened a little bit. So again, this is the area of concern. It is north of Wellsville, south of Belmont. It would be right here, this area where you see the red and the greens coming together. That's what we call the velocity couplet, where the inbound and outbound winds are coming together. So there's a tornado warning in effect for this. And again, I've been mentioning throughout the night, actually since this warning has been valid, it doesn't, I don't think, even if there is something here, we're not going to be able to see it because it's more than likely going to be wrapped in rain. This is occurring within a squall line, and it's just very hard to do. These are not cellular, excuse me, these are not cellular type storms. These are storms that hook up together in a line. And it's just going to be very hard to do here. Let's go back to Lynx 2, which is our First Defense Doppler. And again, we'll show you just kind of like a prettier picture as to what we have here. So again, this is the tornado warning. This is mainly what we're looking at here. There is a tornado warning for Allegheny County until 7:30. Radar indicated rotation south of Belmont, north of Wellsville. That's moving to the northeast. So again, that's tornado warning there. We have a severe thunderstorm warning still in effect for Warren County until 7:30. And that will continue as the line of the southern, actually, the line of storms really is blasted on through. It looks like the heaviest amount is now near Sheffield, and the storms have cleared Warren, Sugar Grove. So even though the warning is still in effect, the storms have cleared. So if you're in downtown Warren, Sugar Grove, Titty Ute, Youngsville, you're pretty much out of this. And again, this is the triple box here. You're seeing in the upper box the Sky Vision coming from the Warren City Bank, downtown Jamestown from the HD News Now cam. And again, so the storms have really started to clear on out. Sheffield really getting the brunt of this. This is going to be moving over into McKean County, PA. And then the tornado warning does continue for there. I actually did see a report coming in from the Weather Service in Cleveland. I want to find it here in the chat here, if I can find it. Was one coming in from Erie. Here we go. Train spotter reports a large tree down on the 1000 block of East 7th Street. The time is estimated from radar. That was 5:10 p.m. of a large tree down in Erie. And again, this is the Sky Vision coming from the casino in Salamanca. And again, it looks like that the rain has really stopped there. The main issue is now east of here, actually now east of that spot. And that is, so the main issue is now going to be in Allegheny County. And again, all these counties, now we're trying to get confirmation on this, but it looks like that the severe thunderstorm watch has been dropped for us. So it looks like for areas east behind this line, they are starting to take counties out of the watch. We're trying to get confirmation on that from the Weather Service. But it looks like based on our system, Chautauqua, Erie, Niagara, Orleans, Genesee are out of the severe thunderstorm watch, including Erie County, PA. They've dropped the watch. We assume, we're trying to get confirmation on that. I haven't seen anything in the chat that they have dropped it, but according to our system, the watch is no more. But we will try to get confirmation on that. Of course, I don't think a lot of people knows, I don't think anybody knows just how mind-boggling it is to stand up here and have all these chat windows open. And you know what? I think the Weather Service has it worse because you know what? Because they're in that office and obviously they're very, very busy. But you know what? It is just mind-boggling what goes on up here during one of these severe weather events. So Jay, do you have any last-minute information you would like to add?
At this point, no. I didn't know if we wanted to go over. Let's see if we can switch to Lynx 1 control room. Some of the hastily made graphics that maybe I can just walk us through again. This was the shot earlier of the storm moving just past Olean, so certainly even a little bit of sun that came down there as well. Viewers submitted photos from Brandon showing some water definitely coming down in Jamestown there. Some of the drainage happening as well. And then video here from Jennifer of some heavy rain coming down at her place in Jamestown. Of course, you've got that pipe there, Dakota, that's definitely showing that. And then, of course, the Red Raiders game tonight got a little wet at Strider Field, as we showed this just a bit earlier here as well, of some of the rain. And then probably some of the most impressive photos that we've seen here is from Josh, which shows that the Vikings have some crazy damage there. Some definitely winds and trees blown over by the looks of it to me, and the bench as well. Certainly causing some issues there. And then another shot there at the Vikings, kind of looking off in the other direction of some more trees, certainly. In the next 7 days here, Dakota, really, I mean, after today's severe storms, things really cool off, and they stay that way. Definitely fall has arrived after
Indeed.
this.
So again, this is the Quick Solution 7-day forecast. And again, you can see right here, really, the main area for storms today was going to be tonight. After that, and this is all in association with a strong cold front that is out to our west that's moving our way. And again, this line of showers and storms have blossomed out ahead of that front, and this is what we were expecting today. So again, take a look at the high temperature. I have not actually gotten the official high temperature at the airport yet. I really haven't looked into that, but our forecast high was 84, just a couple degrees shy of the record, but I think our high temperature was somewhere right around there. I really have not looked because, of course, I've been so busy today. I really haven't looked at that and seen what the official high was. But look at what happens as the front moves through tonight. We go from my forecast high of 84 down to 62. And that is because of that front that's moving our way. So fall starts below average. The actual average for this time of the year is 70. And we're going to be below it. And then we will ultimately start to rebound a little bit as we go into next week. My birthday is next Monday, and it's mainly looking dry, 69 degrees, and there is a 20% chance of a rain shower, but I think the day should be dry, but rain will come our way Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Thursday should be dry with around average temperatures. So what I'm trying to do at this point is I want to try to see, I'm trying to still confirm. Okay, the Weather Service has confirmed that the severe thunderstorm watch has been dropped for Chautauqua and Erie. So that is correct on our system. So the severe thunderstorm watch has been canceled for areas west behind the main line. And so again, that the watch is now canceled for Chautauqua, Erie, Niagara, Orleans, and Genesee counties. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It's actually still in effect for Genesee, not in Orleans County. So again, this is the line of storms that moved on through. We still have this tornado warning that's still in effect for 5 more minutes. That includes the part of Allegheny County here. And what I'm looking at is, this is coming up near Andover based on the high-res radar that I'm looking at. And if we can switch to that very quickly, I'll show you just what the overall storm looks like. We're looking at this little signature is what is responsible for that tornado warning. It's moving to the northeast, so it may clip Andover. So again, as long as this warning is in effect, it's in effect for another 5 minutes. So as long as this warning is in effect, you need to be in a safe place. Small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. No mobile homes, no cars. You know the deal here. And so again, that will be in effect for another 5 minutes. There does remain a severe thunderstorm warning for Warren County, although the storms in Warren County have really started to move on out. You can see it's starting to move into Bradford now. So again, for Warren County, I'm pretty much giving you an all clear. Even though the warning is still valid for about another 5 or so minutes, pretty much the storms have started to move east. Again, for Jamestown, nothing. We're clear. The storms have moved on through, and just like a wide view, no warnings in effect anymore for Chautauqua County, Warren County, or actually not Warren, but Erie County, PA as well. And again, the severe thunderstorm watch has been dropped for areas west behind this line. The watch continues, that's all these counties here shaded in pink, until 11 o'clock. But I would assume as this line continues to progress eastward, the watch will be dropped in time as the line continues to move on through. Want to do just a quick scan here of the Weather Service chats to see if we have any last minute reports coming in here. Getting a report coming from Warren County that 911 call center reports tree and power lines down along Davy Hill Road near Warren. So again, definitely could be some damaging winds that have occurred there. Another report coming from Lottsville in Warren County of trees and power lines down near Route 6 near Swamp Run. And again, if you live in Warren or you travel around Warren, you know exactly where these spots are. But again, for right now, the tornado warning for Allegheny County will continue for just a couple more minutes. It's still a bit of debate. Now, once it gets out of Allegheny County, it goes over into Binghamton, and we'll see if the Weather Service in Binghamton will extend this. But at that point, it'll be over pretty much into Steuben County. It looks like they issued a severe thunderstorm warning for it, so we'll see what they do with this. But again, not really our coverage area once it gets out into Steuben County. But again, possibility that it could be, but right now they do have a severe thunderstorm warning for that. But again, if you are west of this line, things are getting better. The severe thunderstorm watch has been dropped for areas westward, and again, as this line continues to, how long have we been here, Jay?
On the air?
Way too long.
Yeah, way too long. Coming up on 2 hours now.
Yes, but again, if you are west of this line, things are getting better. The watch will be dropped in time. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to stay on the air for just maybe about 60 or so more seconds until this tornado warning goes away. I would assume it would be canceled at 7:30. I have not seen anything coming from the Weather Service that they are going to reissue this. So again, this tornado warning remains in effect until 7:30 for about another minute. And once that tornado warning goes off the board, I will check with our producers to see if we will continue coverage or if we will wrap up here. So again, they're telling me in my ear that after that tornado warning, we will wrap up because at this point, the storms have really started to move on to the east. So again, this tornado warning was issued because of a rotation that was in the line, and there it is. It has since been canceled. So the tornado warning for Allegheny County is over. It has since expired. It's now 7:30, so it is no more. So again, this is the line of storms. It's still producing severe weather out to the east, but ultimately this line will start to weaken with time as it moves out to the east. Let's do one quick wide view here to kind of show you what's going on. So again, the severe thunderstorm watch has been dropped for Chautauqua, Erie, Niagara, Orleans counties in New York, Erie County in Pennsylvania. It continues until 11 o'clock for all these counties here in pink. However, as this line continues to weaken a little bit and move on to the east, these counties will be dropped out of the watch with due time. Since we have no warnings anymore in our coverage area, what we will do is we will wrap up coverage here. So, and there's just a quick time lapse of the storms to kind of show you the progression of the line. So again, what we're going to do here is we're going to wrap up coverage since we have no warnings in our coverage area anymore. We're going to end coverage here, and of course we will go back to regular programming on our live stream, which is the loop of News Now at noon. And we hope that you will join us Monday at noon for News Now at noon. And so for now, Jay, do you have any last minute things you'd like to add?
No, absolutely. If anyone has any viewer images, obviously shoot them our way on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. It's all at WNY News Now.
Indeed. So again, for now, we're going to end coverage. So again, thank you for tuning in to WNY News Now's special weather coverage. I'm Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter with Justin Gould in the First Defense Weather Center. Have a good night.
This is a First Defense Weather Alert.